welcome back to Ultra for another one. So today's video is going to be the first one in the test tube. Setting up the IBC, basically the first IBC, the test tub, insulating it, putting all the equipment on, plumbing, you name it, anything involved in setting up a small koi tote. So yeah, I'll get straight into it and I hope you enjoy this one. Tunnel is still standing after Storm Kieran as well, so another win. Right, here you go. So we've turned it upside down. This is the start insulating the bottom. I'm just drying off all the wet. I'm going to try and stick it on with some no more nails. Hopefully that'll be enough. Doesn't need to hold up the Eiffel Tower or Colosseum of Rome. Just needs to keep the insulation on. And then I've been raiding people's skips in the local area for the last few months. I shall be sticking down all of the cuts like this that I've picked up just to insulate the bottom of it. No point insulating the rest if you're not going to insulate the bottom, especially with a metal conducting plate like that. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when I've measured it all up and tried to stick it all in and fill in all the gaps. Hopefully I've got enough. Right, there we go. Lego piece in place. All different thicknesses. Some of this is 75-80mm, some of it's 40. Like I said, stole it out of skip, so it was never going to look perfect, but it does the job. Should go around, just poke some bubble wrap in any holes, just make sure there's no draft. But the most of it, well, in fact all of it, apart from that little bit over there which I've sorted out, has been insulated. So stop a lot of heat loss straight through that plate on the bottom, which is good. Right, let's flip it back over and get on with the rest of it. Right, here you can see where we've done the strain or the cover for the pump slot fish counter pipe. Two pieces of 2-inch pipe, cut down the middle. One of them cut in half, the other one cut about 1/4 of an inch out, and then just glued around it to make it nice and tight. So that will literally stop fish disappearing up there. Snap back in a second. So there we go. The insulation panel's on, gone all the way around all 4 sides, done the strips on the bottom. Excuse the nice leery luminous tape, so they have to run out of no one else to stick every piece on every grid. But just got to sort out the gap at the top there. So, and yeah, good. Done the insulation panels, and now we're covering it with the insulation wrap. And what I've done is gone all the way around it, and then also underneath it. So the insulation that's under here that we pieced in to start with, it's all covered. No air can get in. Taping it up, mashing the sides. So there's going to be that when the outlet comes through. But yeah, it's getting there. Getting there. And once the cladding's on, you won't notice. It's like a giant foil Christmas present. Or maybe I'm going to be homeless and this is actually my new house, who knows. So now moving on to looking at the filter. Obviously this is the Roto shower that I've showed you before. I'll never go with this. See what it's like in comparison to an Easy Pod. I'll talk a bit about the filters separately. So this is just my plumbing inside. What I'm going to try and do, I am going to try and run this gravity fed, but it has to come up to here. So I've got to make sure that this remains below the level of the water. So going to test it, see if it works. Not ideal. I would rather pump feed and gravity return, but obviously height wise I don't have the height between there and there to do that. So we're going to see if this works. Going to run that, plumb that in 2-inch into this, and then I will run 1.5 inch out of here to the pump and then a return back into the tub. These are 3-inch rubbers that you need to go on here if anyone's getting one. And it's the same underneath, and I'll show you underneath how I'm going to set that up. Funny size running from 3-inch. I'm not sure why they do it, because it's one of the most expensive pipes there is, and it's not ideal for gravity because 4-inch is better. 2-inch can do a job, and returns you're just not going to run well. I don't know many people that have run a 3-inch return, if I'm perfectly honest. So yeah, but anyway, I'll flip it up and I'll show you how I put it together. So this is the unit upside down. This is obviously where the water will drain back through to return back to the tub. So what goes on here is you get a 3-inch elbow, fits on there, and then it'll come guide you out this hole and then off to your pump or wherever you're going to return it to. So like I said, I'm moving this down from 3-inch to 1.5 inch because I can use cheap waste pipe. So I've got myself a 3-inch to a 1.5 inch rubber. There's a bit of 3-inch pipe in there that I got with it, and then obviously the 3-inch elbow. So I will literally pop that through, pop that on, tighten it up, and then I will have a 1.5 inch. So I'll show you that all when it's set up. So there it is, all in, nice and connected, and then 1.5 inch pipe will go in there and off to the pump and then return. So that'll be on the bottom. That's the bottom. Right, let me move on to the other end. So when it comes to the probably the smallest bottom drain you'll ever see, this is just a hose towel, 2-inch one, 50mm to be precise. with a, I think this is a time 68 thread. There's a couple of different types of thread on IBC, so just make sure you get the right one for yours, but this is the thicker fat one. They're quite easy to identify. That screwed on there is nice and tight. It's got the washer in it, the seal washer, and then I've got a 50mm into a 2-inch rubber coupler, which will then give me the ability to move around my waste pipe as I see fit. So there we go. There we go. Testing fill has commenced. Fingers crossed. As you see, it's not great level in the world, so I might have to work on that. The bottom's filling up, and that side's still dry, but the bottom is pushed up a bit there. And there is the first drip. I expected this to drip quite bad, to be fair. Nothing is solvent welded yet. I just want to test it actually works, because I'm still slightly dubious that A, that's not high enough for gravity fed, and B, that I'm going to get enough pulling through. So it's a dry run, and then I'll see how we go from there. Right, so first quick run around of the test. It's working. Filled this up, which is now drained very quickly because the pump is a lot quicker than the hose. But that is all working fine. I've got my valve in there, so I can shut that off. Pump's working, beautiful. No issues around that. Obviously got leaks where I've got no welding, but first part working. Now I've just got to see if that hole's long enough for me to be able to fill it up, test it, and then solvent weld it. But yeah, we'll come back hopefully when I can tell you that the gravity feed works. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Turn the pump on. Turn it down a bit. Right, I'll turn that down to 30%. Let's see how this runs. I'm not bothered about those bits because they're going to be cut off, these low bits that are touching the water. What I'm interested in is if I can get a solid enough flow to make this work. And that's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pleased with that, really pleased. So that is on the lowest. It's got to find its level. Oh no, I'm losing water over the sides. That's what I need to stop, because all of that is not going to be able to drain out. Right, I'll snap back in a minute. I've got to stop that. So I've quickly skimmed off top and sides. Problem I've got is as soon as I turn this on, I don't think my level's quite high enough, so I'm going to have to raise it again. Let me bring it on. Turn it on. This very quickly at the front becomes higher than the tub's level. So I'm going to drain it all. Turn that off, right, goes down the side. Drain it all, which will get the plastics wolf out anyway, which is good because I would have to do that. Then I'll try and raise it up another maybe 10-15 centimetres. We'll see. 10 centimetres should be enough. But yeah, that's where we're at. This is for you, Dad. I know you're watching. That's what you call a contraption, but a necessary contraption. Right, field number 2 is commencing. I have now put in most of this. There's a few still need to be welded, just so I can get it out in case there isn't any major issues, but happy with that. And then I shall do some, once I'm happy I can get it balanced, I will do some work and probably run the return pipe down the end so I can access the tap nice and easy, so I can do all my flow at the same time with the pump and then the tap. So yeah, right, I'll snap back when it's full up in a few hours time. Here we go, moment of truth. Let's see if this will all work now. Perfect. Let's turn the pump on. Power on. Yeah. We should be moving. Level, still hitting that. So you've got to sort out the balancing now, but all intents and purposes, seems like I have got to where we need to be. Good start. Alright, snap back in a minute when I've had a fiddle. So, it's been running for a couple of hours now, just about to start losing the light, and all good. We have got a balanced system, so I'm not overflowing out the side. On the lowest point, I'm slightly unlevel still, intentionally, because I want the drag of the water to come this way towards what is effectively my bottom drain. We've got decent level in here, so I've got enough of the sieve exposed to be able to water pass through it and then still collect all the crap at the bottom. So yeah, really pleased with this, happy, going well. I'm trying to get a bit further back so you can see the whole front of it, but yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today, for this video, and then what I'll concentrate on the next ones is sorting out the pipe up on the back, what I actually want to do, because I've got a few ideas of different things I'm going to put in there, checking that the heater will in fact work on this flow level, because I'm not sure how many litres now I'm running at the minute, but I'll work all that out. And adding the media in, sorting out the bottom of this inside so the media can't get through, filling it up with some different types of media, and then working with the flow sticks. Obviously the flow and the back pressure will change, and the drag, because there'll be more obstacles in the way. Obviously trying to carry on with the cladding. The reason I've stopped here is for two reasons. One, I ran out of cladding and run out of money, but two, I don't want to be doing all this cladding until I was finalised with my pipe work, so I can just work around it all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. First one from the testing tunnel. So yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you soon.